If you want to look at what I do for work, this is Vernal, Utah. One of the projects that we just finished was they're doing a rejuvenation, kind of a revamping of all these blocks. All of the power poles, overhead power in this block were taken away and everything went to underground. So we just installed this festoon lighting. The grand opening is going to be here like next week. Lighting over there, there's light poles and that stuff. I just came in and finished this one. We're just started. The block across from here is just starting phase 1, 3 phases. We're going to just take out all the overhead power poles, all the old services, tear them out, bring them all to underground. There'll be a dinosaur sculpture over there, light poles, string lighting like over here. But that's what I do. If you wonder what I do when I'm not cutting opal, I'm an electrician. Okay, it's a new day and we got a new package to look at. This one is from Lucas Bell. I think this is the only stuff I bought from him. Looks like a Meredith was the one that mailed it. But let's look at this parcel, see if we got anything good, and see if we can go find something to cut. I got a couple of rings settings over here that I want to find a stone for. So we're going to look specifically for something that will fit one of these rings. Let me show you. Oh, and yes, before some of you pointed out, as a thank you for the ring I made her yesterday, Navy painted my nails for me, and I scraped it off as best I can, but her favorite colors are pink and purple, and Papa doesn't tell Navy no. So there you go. I'm not cross-dressing when I was on the cruise. I have a granddaughter that likes pink and purple. So I've got, in addition to that one, I've got 1, 2, 3 ring settings here. Sterling silver with cubic zirconium diamonds. I've thought about this one right here, which is one that I'd cut previously. It's not quite finished, obviously, but it's got really nice color. It would be cut down nicely to fit this one, and then it would be clean and a finished stone. So it's a little bit big right now, but if we just rounded the corners up there, that one would be a nice one. If we can't find one in the parcel today, we will cut that one down and set it, because I like that stone. It's got a good brightness and a lot of nice greens and blues. So there's a possibility. Let's look at these ones. So these were all packaged very neatly, and wadded up in a ball and wrapped in bubble wrap, and I've opened them up so they won't take so long to go through. It looks like $120. These don't say the weight on them. I guess I could weigh them while we're going through them here. See if we can do all this at once. Scooch this in. Okay, so get out of the way. This is obviously a piece of Cooper Pedy. It weighs, should we guess, 20-ish? 24.1. Let's see, looks like we got a decent color bar there. Not super bright, but decently thick. It's not super thin. Thicker on this side here. Goes all the way around. It angles down over here, but looks to be pretty straightforward to cut something nice. So there's one. $120 for that one. Where's the next one? $100. That one does have it written on there, 19 carats. Let's see how close he is. 18.925. Pretty close. Alright, that one. A little bit brighter color bar, a little bit thicker color bar on that side, a little thinner on this side. Comes right into the top right here. Another nice big chunky cutter for $100. Probably a decent A decent go around on the cutting wheel. Next one is 29 carats, it says. 150 bucks. 29.1. What was I thinking on this one? Looks like it's just a big color bar. Just a big old color bar. No color in the very tip there, so that'll go away, but that might be a big pendant or something. That's a big old chunk of color. Probably got lots of options there if it cuts up clean. Maybe we do that one today. That's a big dude. I don't know what we'll do with it, but we can cut it and cut down the other stone and make a ring today. So let's put that one aside and look at our last piece. 160. Wow. 160 bucks. This one doesn't have a weight on it. So I got about almost 30 carats, 29.8. Dang, he was selling some chunks. I must have been in the mood to buy some chunks of Cooper Pedy. Look at that. Those color bars are going to be angled that way, it looks like. So that'll be a little tricky. I think they're all on that angle right there. That'll be interesting. Yeah, that needs to be its own video, those angled color bars. How we can maximize that. But another nice stone with some nice color. Continuing the theme of spending a little bit more to get a little bit less, or maybe get a little bit more but fewer stones. But so there's our other two options to set today. Let's head out to the Opal Cave. All right, we'll start this all over again. Okay, look at this. Look at the interesting opalescence of the crap that's on the back of this. Isn't that interesting? It's clear. It's clear. There's no color in it. But it's firing like opal color does. Interesting. Well, we know this end's got to go off till it comes up with some color. Looks like it might have to come to about here. Just found it right there. Just peeked in some color. I'm just cleaning up the edge. I haven't even given a thought yet as to what we're doing, which is a bad idea, but pretty much you always got to clean up the edge anyway, so. It's a nice color bar. Should we just go for the world's largest? Well, it wouldn't be the world. I mean, the channel's largest pendant. It's kind of an ugly shape. We'd have to do something about that. Well, we just as well go in from the top and see what the color's going to look like. Kind of a gummy feeling. It's kind of an oddball. Tell me if you know what that is. Clear opal. Probably the most, somebody's probably screaming, that's the most valuable opal in the world! Don't cut it off! The color's in here deep enough that they're starting to worry about thickness. And if we don't want to break this up into get a couple of large stones, but not one big one. I would have thought that color would be coming through by now, since it's all the way around. It looks like it's in there. I mean, I think it's in there. There we go, that starts peeking through a little bit. So let's look at this in terms of, I don't think we want to try and get one big piece here. The thing's ugly. I wouldn't wear a teardrop shaped pendant like that, so I wouldn't hang it on anybody else's neck. But we can look here. Where are my bigger ovals? Right here. We got that stupid cricket over there going. So that's the biggest one there, but I think we could go slightly bigger. Forget it. We'll never have an oval bigger than we can find an oval for. So that's a 16. That's a 15. Well, that's a number. These are numbered funny compared to the other ones. These ones aren't. This one isn't numbered in a logical way. Like the 15 isn't a 15 millimeter like it is on my other templates. It's just number 1 through 15. So like the 18 millimeter on this template is a 14 here, or a 13. So that 13 is actually an 18 millimeter. Kind of dumb. Come on, Kingsley North. So we could do an 18. Might even possibly get that one in there. Let's do that. I just kind of prefer these a little bit wider ovals when I can, though. We're going to do that. And then we'll do one of the narrower ovals on that narrow piece. Alright, that's actually a number 18 in the wider pattern and a number 18 in the narrower pattern. As you can tell, I'm losing my voice again, but anyway, we got two number 18s. Let me slice that. You want to see me slice it? You can see me slice it. That's telling me this stuff is pretty crumbly and cracky. I tried to save that corner piece and it just flew into pieces. Wow. That one's probably going to have to be shrunk down a little bit. We'll see. Oh, for those of you that were here at the last video, Navy's ring stone, I will pause it right here and show you her reaction to getting her ring. No, the other one, the one on the corner.
This one?
Yep.
It's the perfect one. Did you make it smaller?
We're going to make it a little bit smaller so it doesn't fall off.
It doesn't eat the teeny falling off. It's teeny falling off, but the teeny one.
But we'll fix it. Because that's the smallest one they could make.
Yeah, let's
fix it.
On.
Okay.
Let's go put tape on.
And that's why Navy gets all the opal jewelry she asks for. She gets excited over every single piece. more tapered than I thought it was. I think we need to fix at least part of that. That'll be close enough. Well, look, our bottom looks better than our top right now. Should we change our mind to keep the thickness? It's still got a skin on it, but that's where it looks like the color's closest. I think so. How about on this one? I think it's also closer. But just for fun, we're going to do this one from this side and this one from the other side and just see what the difference is in the brightness and the pattern. Dop them up. That's what we're going for. So I'll mark that since it dries. In the meantime, one way to look at this is that I'm addressing everything that's not the problem, because that's all you can do is take off where you got too much. See, my corner right there is making me have to adjust everything to it. It's not too bad because that junk right there makes that corner the worst side anyway. But okay, that's ready for the next wheel. Where's our other piece at? At least when I'm grinding, the sound of the wheel drowns out the crickets. Now there's 2 or 3 of them going. This side is narrower. Okay, we're done on that wheel. This one has a little bit more room for error. That little stumble I just did into the wheel, it would have made an adjustment for the rest of the stone on the other wheel. Got to be on your game. I'm still a little bit narrow here. It's making me have to take everything else in. That's where that broke. One thing you'll notice as I get closer to my final shape, I move from sometimes the top of the wheel here. This is center line as far as up and down. A lot of times I'm cutting here just because it's more convenient and comfortable, but as I finish the stone, I want to move it down to here, below center line, because I want to have this slightly tapered from the bottom to the top. So right now I'm pretty much straight up and down. I've been cutting on that center line. I'll move slightly below center line as I finish this up. That'll start building that taper, just because of the angle of the stone I'm cutting on. That gives the prongs on my setting something to lock into. It doesn't have to be a lot. I think we can peek into this one now. Not seeing much for color yet. This one's going to wind up getting thin enough. It's going to have to be smaller in size just because of the thinness if we don't get down to some color pretty quick here. Where'd all that color go? Well, Bollock said it in the last video, all the stuff I buy faces better from the side than from the front, and he's not completely wrong. I don't know how you avoid that because I don't get to look at it from the top or the bottom most of the time. The only thing you can judge it by is directly on into the color bar. This is fairly hard material. It's not going down very fast. Good grief, let's get the other one out here and see if we can't see some color. This is ridiculous. I don't feel like this one's perfect yet, but that's partly because of the face of it. Starting to peek through. A little better. See, our shape still isn't quite perfect. A little high here, here, here. Well, welcome to all the new people that have joined in. It's pretty laid back, pretty low tech. We're just cutting opals, talking about them. Sometimes I burst into ridiculous show tunes. If you're here and you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. No downside for you. We're just going to be cutting opals. Not sure it's going to be terribly bright. It's got the colors. That one's ready for the finishing wheel. I just double check the shape. I don't hate it. All right. I marked this one. Took a little bit off the edges on that rougher wheel just to speed things up a little. Is that going to fit in? Oh, we're already there. It doesn't need to go down anymore. So now we'll just this had a little bit of an imperfection in the top that I noticed. So we're going to recut the dome a little bit and try to get it out. It's all colors, so there's no reason why I can't have a fairly high dome. So look at that one that just popped up. That wasn't even the one I was talking about. Crazy how those just come out of nowhere. Once they're there, you can't unsee them. That might make our stone thinner than we want it. Oh, it went. We got it. I still see it, that original. Just a little bit of a issue right there. I don't feel it, so maybe it'll come out in the next wheel. Okay, so we got that one ready, we got that one ready. Ugh. Now we got this one. Let's address the shape one more time. That's the only way I know how to do it, is just a little bit at a time. You just keep walking it in and walking it in, checking it, rechecking it. Sometimes starting to bevel your dome reveals little imperfections that you couldn't see in the shape. Starting to think that we should have done this one from the other side as well, but the color's starting to come through. We'll stick with it. We got to get that skin off and start seeing color. Just barely starting. think I'm going to go back and shrink the size on this one. It's going to be too thin, I think. By the time we get this color up through. It's in there, it's just will it face. See, we're starting to get thinner than I want to be. It's pretty good practice, because all I did is cut it into an oval, then cut it down to a smaller oval, then cut it down into a smaller oval on the other wheel. I'm getting hungry. It's like 2:30 in the afternoon and all I had was a bowl of cereal this morning for breakfast. When I was deciding if I wanted to go get something to eat or come out and cut some opal, I decided to do this instead. This opal's making me think more about food than opal. Yeah, that color just doesn't want to face from this side at all. They're right there on it, the color bar. We're below the color bar all the way around. I mean, we're down into the color bar all the way around. In case you're wondering, yeah, this stuff hits really good from the side. This one also hits from the top. But I think there's no doubt that it hits better from the side. You tell me. I mean, these color bars don't usually allow you to cut them from the side, unless you just like really super narrow stones. Nothing like not to like about that one. I mean, yeah, better from there. We still have a little bit, dang it, right here. See if you can. I don't even know if it's an impurity. It might be just the way the color is right there. I think that's what that is. It's just a little clear spot in the color. I don't think we're going to do anything about it because I don't think there's anything we could do about it. The more this thing is domed, the more that color will face better. I think that one's going to be just right in there. Should be just about perfect. Good thing I pulled that beauty out to make up for the, what I paid for that one, 160 bucks for that stone. That one was a money loser. It's the way it goes. All right, we're ready for polish. One. That one's not too bad. It's not the brightest bulb in the drawer, but I don't hate it. I think it would still find a nice setting. Okay. All right, well, let's look at the good first. I think we've got a beautiful, still got cerium oxide all over us, but I think we've got a beautiful little stone there. Perfect little oval, 10 by 13. That should fit this ring right here, just right. We'll set that here in just a second. Let's look at the lesson we got here. So if you remember, we were going to face it from one side, and I marked the pattern. And then I noted that the color looked like it might be better from one side over the other, but I did one from one side and one from the other. This one right here was the one that was from the original side. We're fully up into the color bar. It's right there, we're up on it. That's just all that it hits. This one right here, same stone, right next to each other. Not that this is the brightest stone in the world, but it's a very beautiful, look at, I mean, the colors. I see blue and orange primarily. Flagstone. Look at that little bit of, right there just erupting. A little floral. Patterns. I really like that stone actually. The good on these is I thought they were going to be super cracky. They were just very hard. I could tell when I was grinding, I could tell when I split them, it broke very easily when I split. When I got a little bit wobbly with that Dremel, it split it and broke it into pieces. It wasn't that I saw any cracks at all at any time in this stone. It was just the stone is that hard. But look at the difference between the two faces. This one was well, these were two that were both the same size. I've had to shrink this one down because it kept getting thinner and thinner trying to get into the color. Let me get a, well, I won't bore you with it. I'll get a cover thumbnail to start with, but tell me what you think of that. Why do you think it is that they face so better from one side and not the other? This one's got more, I think this would be a prettier pattern if it was brighter. This is more flagstone and bigger hits of flagstone. Unless you go straight onto it. From there, anyway, let's go look at them. We'll weigh them up. Okay, there's the ring finished. That came out pretty nice. Our two stones. Let's see, they're right here. Turn on the scale. We started out with a, I don't remember, it was a big old chunk. I like that one. We should have faced them both from this side. And I know it looks even more fabulous with my pink my pink nails. Hey, when you get a granddaughter that's 5, you'll understand. Anyway, so that's when 4 carats, 4.1. 4.1, not bad, pretty good sized stone. This one right here is probably going to struggle to make 1.5 carats. This one ended up being super thin, even though I cut it down and cut it down, and obviously you can see the lesson we learned is face it from the right side, because color don't always hit the same from both sides. 1.7. 1.7, so pretty good. I think that was probably the hopefully it's the least promising one of those 4 that I got from Lucas Bell. But overall, I like that package. It was exactly what I thought it would be. That's what I'm looking for when I buy something. Just send me what I think I'm going to get and then give me a chance to cut something. And I don't think we made any money. We certainly didn't make any money on that stone right there in itself, but let's hope one of the other ones is a little bit better. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.